are you guys doing today? How is everybody doing? Today we are talking about narcissists run in and what exactly does that mean? Let's see here. How is everybody doing today? Kingdom, come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope everyone is having an amazing day as always. I hope that everyone is doing well and it is a beautiful day every day that God blesses us with breath and life is a beautiful day. And today we are talking about narcissists run in packs. And what exactly does that mean? What exactly does that look like when narcissists run in packs? What is the what is their objective and how I think a lot of times it is, as we've talked about before, it is a learned behavior. So most of the time that pack is usually either a close family member, someone that they grew up with or around, and they saw those behaviors, and then sometimes those people will actually enable the narcissist and enable them to um, because they're copying, right? They're copying what they see, they're copying what they know, they're copying what they feel comfortable with, or they're copying what happened to them, and they're just repeating the exact same cycle. So, Kingdom, come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope everybody is having an amazing and blessed day. Let's see here. I want to make sure that I can read you guys' notes. How are Kingdom? How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Come on in, come on in, come on in. You guys are the light, you guys are the energy source. So let's get started. How is everybody doing today? As you guys come in, just go ahead and hit that like button. Just let us know, let YouTube know that you're enjoying the channel and that you're enjoying the live. And hey, Truth. Truth says, hello, I'm catching this live stream. Shalom. Yes. Annie, where have you been, love? Annie is in, and Annie says, hello, how are you? Annie, I am so good. I'm wonderful. I'm absolutely wonderful. I'm doing well. Yeah. Shalu, Annie is saying hi. And today we are talking about narcissists running packs. And what does that mean for you guys? What does that look like for you guys? And where, if you have to like put a correlation, um, where does it connect? Where do the puzzles connect? Where does that narcissist or narcissist with an S, where are they learning that behavior? Where did they learn it from? Because 9 times out of 10, that root and that cause as to why they are behaving the way they're behaving is more than likely the person or persons that they learned that behavior from. So then that person is actually teaching the narcissist how to behave, how to react. The narcissist is emulating what they are seeing, especially growing up. Um, you know, do they learn to be cold and callous from a parent? Do they learn how to lie, control, and manipulate from a sibling? Um, Whatever that relationship is it possible, which is where this topic comes from, is it possible that there are more than one or two narcissists in a family? And maybe 9 times out of 10, that family is all in cahoots with each other. They know exactly who this person is because they've They've observed, they've seen, they've heard disgusting things that they will say, and they're all in it together. They are all in it together. They're all covering for each other. They're all protecting each other. They're all lying for each other. They're all in a delusional state together, because all of them, whoever they all feel the exact same way. They feel that they're better than everyone else. Um, they can do and say whatever they want to people. And, that's how they carry on their life. And then they're just, you know, I thought about this, and this is trying to think how to say it. Narcissists run in packs, right? Because, there's always a correlation. Narcissists run in packs. Who else runs in packs, guys? I I sometimes I think too much, but I think about these things and I say, wow, demons run in packs, guys. Wolves run in packs. There are certain species that hyenas run in packs. They run in packs. What is the reason why narcissists run in packs? What is the reason why hyenas run in packs? What is the reason why wolves run in packs? What are the reasons why wild dogs run in packs? What is the reason why demons and devils run in packs? I want you guys to answer that question. Let's see here. Annie says, interesting point. LOL. Yeah. Annie, I don't know. These God just gives me these messages and these topics, and then as He gives them to me, I actually start thinking. And that when He gave me this topic, I thought about it and I said, wow. The first thing that came to my mind is I said, packs. Yes. Packs meaning more than one, more than two, sometimes three, sometimes four, dependent. They're all codependent on each other. Let me repeat that. They are all codependent on each other. That's scary. That's really, really scary. And the first thing that came to my mind when God gave me this message, I think I did a video on it before, but it came back to me again, I think either yesterday or today. I'm sorry, yesterday or the day before. And I said, God, and then after that, I said, who else runs in packs? And immediately demons came to mind. Every time I don't watch those types of movies anymore. But when I was younger, I would watch scary movies. And, if someone had a demon in them, 9 times, and then in the Bible, it talks about this as well. Demons, when they came, when Jesus was when he was in his fasting and he was meditating and he was in his his 40 days, the demons, right, with an S, not one, but many. It talks about Jesus casting out, not demons with an S. And demons are codependent on each other. Hint, hint, correlation. Narcissists are codependent on each other. It's if you think about it, it's it the correlation is so similar. It's scary because these people are demons. They're demonic people. They have a demonic mindset and they run in packs, right? Hey, Corn, how are you? How are you doing today? Let's see. Corn says blessings and good afternoon, Treasure Kingdom family. Yes, welcome, 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 guys. As you guys come in, go ahead and hit that like button. We're gonna get really, we're gonna get into this topic today because this is it's probably a topic that's really uncomfortable, but it actually will answer a lot of questions if you have questions as to what and why narcissists and Jezebel spirits do the things that they do. Truth says yes, but I missed my flight to Gambia. Um, I'm so disappointed. Oh no. So you're gonna have to reschedule, it looks like. I'm sorry. Oh no. Annie said, yep, I think parents can teach your kids to behave that way. Yeah, it is definitely a learned behavior. What's scary is what if they have a mother and a father that's a narcissist, or a mother and a sibling and a cousin that's a narcissist, or a father and a sibling and whoever else, and an uncle that's a narcissist. So um, it's it's really sad. It's really sad how um, people don't take accountability. They don't want to change. And they just get older and they just get worse and they become stuck, literally stuck in their ways. Um, there's their mules are usually very stubborn. You can try to tell a mule to go as much as you want to, but if that mule doesn't want to go, it's not moving. No matter what you do, you can hit it in its behind, and if it doesn't want to go, it's not going to go. And that's what happens to a lot of narcissists. They become these stubborn mules because they become stuck in their way, because in their mind, their way is the right way, even though we know it is not, even though we know that they put themselves in so many disgusting scenarios. But that's in their mind, they're stubborn, they're not moving, they're not changing, they're not trying to become a better person, they're not going within any of those things. They're not doing the self work, they're not building a relationship with God. And then they have someone who enables them and instead of checking them and saying, hey, daughter, hey, son, or whatever, or brother or sister, whatever the relationship is, what you did to your mother, what you said to your mother was inappropriate. Don't you ever talk to her like that ever again. What you did or said to your father or your brother or your sister or your cousin, that was completely wrong, and I don't ever want to hear you talking like that to anyone ever again. Narcissists don't do that. They either push everything under the rug, they jump on the bandwagon with the narcissist because they're a narcissist also, and instead of checking them and saying, hey, if I see my son or my daughter doing or saying something wrong or inappropriate, as a mother, my first instinct, if I see them doing something wrong, my first instinct is, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, no, you are not. You are not going to do that. Let's say my son is disrespectful to his girlfriend in front of me. Wait a minute. What? No. What? You are not going to talk to her like that. Are you crazy? But narcissists don't do that. Narcissists don't check other narcissists. Narcissists jump on bandwagons, which is where the topic comes from, that they run in packs. They jump on the bandwagon and they make the situation worse. They add to the situation because they antagonize them. They push them and they say, "Yep, you're right. That person should have never did that. They should have never said that." Whatever the scenario is, it's just a ridiculous backwards mindset. It's really, really, really ridiculous. Let's see. Yep. So parents, yes, parents. Most of the time, I would say, um, there is a parent, or maybe both parents, which is I think really scary. But if one or more parent is a narcissist, and that's where um, that child now becomes a narcissist because they're repeating and they're just mirroring and mimicking exactly what they're seeing. So yeah, parents can teach it. Yes. Annie is saying, "Hey to corn." Let's see. Oh, looks like we have um, Patrol. Hi, Patrol. How you doing? How are you? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, let's see. Annie said, "Truth. Oh, sorry for you. Oh, because he lost his flight. Yeah, yeah. Um, cause they're even stronger. Yes, they're stronger in groups. Yes, they are. Especially if they have the same goals. Yeah. Let's see. But in the end, they all eat each other, I think. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. Yeah, because eventually, right, they all turn on each other. Because they're not faithful and loyal, not even to the narcissist that they grew up with. So yes, yes, I agree. They will devour each other, and that's what demons do. Think about it. Look at the correlation. Demons will turn on each other, and they will devour each other, even though they run in packs. Even though, just like a dog, right? Dogs will run in packs. But if one dog oversteps their bounds and the other dog feels um, intimidated or whatever feeling they're feeling, they will then go toe to toe and they will devour each other. Wolves, same thing. It's scary. It's really scary when you put the correlations together. How they are so similar because they all run in packs. Let's see here. Truth says, "Annie, thanks. It's the first time I missed the flight, so I lost money because of that." Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. I'm so sorry about that. Hey, Valentine, how you doing today? How are you? Yes, 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 yes. Thanks for coming back, love. Let's see. Annie says, "Yep, especially in ooh." Annie said, "Especially in workplace." Now we know about that. We know about that. We know that there are some narcissists in the workplace that will manipulate maybe a boss, or maybe the boss. is the narcissist, and the boss throws their weight around and controls or tries to control and manipulate and make everyone that works with them or under them their life a living hell, because they're not happy, and now they've gotten a position on top of that. So what does that look like? I think we either all experienced that or has seen it firsthand. It is not healthy. That is definitely not a healthy thing. Um, Annie is saying hi to Valentine. Valentine is saying hi. Annie says the more you expose it to, hold on a second. The more you expose it, the worse it is, because it gets normal or totally opposite from what I saw. Yeah, yep. Um, let's see. They do the opposite, almost encourage it. Yeah, that's where they're running in packs. You know, you listen, I don't care what the relationship is. If my kids are doing something that or saying something disrespectful to anyone, I am going to check them. I am going to, and I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do it disrespectfully, but I'm gonna let them know. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I didn't teach you that. You didn't learn that. Where are you? Why are you doing that? That's not. What's going on with you that you would think that that would be okay and appropriate to do? No, no. And I think holding people accountable, not being disrespectful, but holding people accountable for their behavior is a form of love. Spare the rod and spoil the child. If you allow this child to do whatever they want, whenever they want, when does this child know when it's the right thing and when it's the wrong thing? No, we have to hold them accountable. We have to guide them. We have to teach them. We have to gear them towards the right behavior. And of course, that goes with us teaching the example, right? But then they get around their friends, and then they see that the friends are doing things, and maybe they're then picking up behaviors from the friends. So this is where we have to make sure that we are teaching them to choose the right kind of friends, because if someone's taking them off course, then that's not a healthy relationship, for them to get involved with. So all of these things go into play as to, you know, hey, they're running in packs. They're learning from each other. They're teaching each other. But at some point, someone has to hold them accountable. Someone has to say, hey, that's not right. What you did is not right. What you said is not right. It was inappropriate. We have to speak up. Otherwise, everybody's just going to do whatever they want whenever they want, and that it does, life doesn't work that way. It's not a free fall that people just you want to stab someone or you want to slap someone because someone's not saying what you think they should say. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't That's not a behavior that you do. It's just really sad. But they absolutely do run in packs. Let's see here. Um, and he says it's hard to parenting with those. It's impossible if you want your kid to be respectful. Yeah, so check in, because if the child has learned this behavior from a narcissist, which is a parent, and then they're just repeating that cycle. Um, they obviously have seen it. They know when they saw it that it was wrong, but it doesn't matter. They're still repeating the cycle. Um, we, the healthy parent in this case, has to hold that child to the, we have to hold them them to the fire, and we have to say no. That that is not, that's why it's really important. And I now know this. I had to learn this the hard way. Um, it's really important that we get those kids out of those of situations, the earlier the better, so that we can now reprogram these kids to be healthy, loving, caring children that grow up to be loving, caring adults. But it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, especially if they've seen a lot, especially if they've heard a lot. But it's a day by day process, and it is possible. It's possible because I can tell you it's possible. My son was doing the same behavior that he saw growing up all of these years from his stepfather. And one day, he was, we had just moved in here. I think it was like day 2 or 3 of moving in here, and he said something, I don't remember what it was, and he was just acting like a kid for no reason. And I remember saying to him, "Stop acting," and I called the narcissist's name. And he turned around, his eyes bulged out, and he looked at me, and he didn't say anything else, and he left. And then when he came back, he came to me and he said, "Don't ever tell me that again." And I said, "Don't ever act that way, and I won't say that to you." And I said, "I know you didn't want to hear it." I said, "But it's the truth. That's what you were acting. That's who you were acting like at that moment." And he said, "Please don't say that again." And I said, "Well, don't act like that again, and I won't say it again." So I don't know if that had, but I've told you guys that since then he's been doing amazing, amazing, amazing. But sometimes we have to check them. We have to check them, and we have to let them know, "Hey, I see what you're doing. I see what you said was wrong. What you did was wrong. What you're doing is not right." But running in packs just means that they're enabling them. So if the kid, if the son does something inappropriate, and the mother or the father gets wind of it and doesn't say, "Hey, son, what are you doing? Daughter, what are you doing?" No, they're enabling. Maybe they're the reason why acting the way they act, because no one is putting them to the fire, and no one is saying, "Hey, stop that. Don't do that. That's not respectful. That's not the right way to do things. That's not how you were raised." But no, narcissists just have a free for all, and they do whatever they want whenever they want. Let's see. So yeah, parenting, Annie, is possible. It's just a day by day, but it is definitely possible. And go to God in prayer. Go to God in prayer and tell God exactly what you want. And then lead by example. Lead by example. Don't let things linger. Um, uh, Address it as soon as possible. Don't let it linger. Don't let 3 or 4 days pass by, because then either you'll forget about it, and then they'll repeat the same thing again. You pull them to the side and you say, "Look, how could you have handled that differently? Why did you say what you said?" Put them to maybe think about, moving forward. Okay, yes, you made a mistake, but how can you do things? How can you handle that differently the next time if something like that were to happen? And when you saw your mom or your dad doing it, what did you think that was the right thing to do? Obviously they're gonna say no. If they have any kind of mindset, they're gonna say no. And then you will say, "Well, if it wasn't right when your mom and your dad did it, why would you think that it's right for you to do it?" So, sometimes we have to just call a spade a spade, call a duck a duck. Let's see. Corn says, "The gang stalking goes deeper than we think. They can consist of parents, family, friends, and major flying monkeys. We know about we know about, but we can be coworkers. They can be coworkers, associates, people in authority. Yeah, we see it all the time. Especially in politics, you can see you see when you know, now that we know what we know, when we see a narcissist now in, celebrity status, you're like, yep, there's one of those, there they are. But they need that constant gratification from whoever they can get it from. So if they got someone that's going to tell them, hey, yep, what you did was right, or not checking them and saying, yeah, you're right, I agree, yeah, kicking your, I think I told you guys recently. It's not funny. It's just sad. But I had shared with you guys that the narcissist had kicked my son out of the house for leaving a drink on the counter, and then I called his father to ask his father if he would talk to his son, and his response was exactly what the narcissist was saying. So, yeah, they do run in packs. Yeah, it is a learned behavior. Yes, they enable each other. Yes, they are codependent on each other. This is the lifestyle that they've been living all this time. It's just that we didn't know. We didn't know how they grew up. We didn't see it firsthand. So hey, these are the things that they do. They stand up for each other. Instead of saying, son, are you kidding me? Like, well, how ridiculous is that? Leaving a juice box in the counter can't poison anyone. No one can get sick from leaving a juice, a fruit punch, or whatever it was, a tropical punch, whatever it was, on a counter. No one's going to get sick from that, son. Now, why would you do that? And why would you take to that extreme to kick this child out of a house because he left a juice box on the counter? But that didn't happen. So it just showed me that, hey, there's something mentally wrong. If two people running in packs, if two people are saying the exact same thing, and both of them are talking the most ridiculous thing in the world, it's just really ridiculous. So yes, Corn, I agree. Corn is saying hi to Annie. Annie says, yep, they destroy until nothing is left. Yes, absolutely. Sorry. Annie says, Corn, yep, fat, yep, exactly. Corn is saying hi, Annie. Annie is smiling. Corn is saying hey to Valentine. I love you guys. I love you guys. Annie says, I saw it many times, especially in high places. Yep. The boss and their and their minions. The high places hierarchy. Yep, exactly. Valentine is saying hi to Corn. I love it. I love it, guys. Annie says, yes, you don't let them be disrespectful. You will show them by your own behavior. Accountability. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Edward. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Thank you for stopping by. Edward says her dad said to me, you want someone to fix your relationship? Yeah. Yep. So what does that tell you, Edward? What does that tell you about the dad? Obviously she did something inappropriate or said something inappropriate. And instead of the dad pulling her to the side, because she doesn't have to do it in front of you, and saying, what was that about? Instead of him doing that, he turned it back on you and asked if you want someone to fix your relationship. Well, yeah, I would like for you to talk to your daughter and talk some sense into her and let her know that what she's doing is disrespectful, inappropriate, whatever, all of the above. whatever behavior she was doing, obviously, and they don't do that. They don't do that. So that leads me to think that the dad is also a narcissist, which the topic, they run in packs. They run in packs. They run in packs for a reason. They run in packs because demons are almost never by themselves. Almost never. A narcissist, look, I want you to, guys, I'm showing you the correlation here. Demons are always with someone else. Narcissists cannot be alone. They have to have supply. They have to have fuel. They have to have someone giving them gratification or attention. So hence they're always they're running in packs. They run in groups with each other. It's the same thing as demons. These people are demons. That's the point. They're demons. They're demonic. Their mindsets are demonic. They're completely disrespectful. They think it's all about them. And yeah, just really, really, just really sad. So sorry that, he didn't um address whatever was going on. He just, turned it back on you, which is what they do. So sad. Annie says, I told you about my daughter. She learned from her dad. To her, it's normal. I noticed. Yeah, it is normal to them because remember, it's what they've seen all this time. The good thing is he sabotaged himself, so I can turn it around now. I think you absolutely can. So you're gonna um, go to God in prayer, and then each child, you're not going to do every child is different, so you're going to use a different technique on if both of them are doing the same thing. You're going to use a different technique on both of them, and you're going to just go to God in prayer and ask God, and call them by their name. How can I what can I do to help and repair? Because that's what we're doing, right? When I say reprogramming, we're repairing those wounds. We're repairing those thought processes. We're repairing all of these. We're working on that restoration. We're repairing all of those things that they've learned all this time, that they now see and think that it's normal. But yes, it absolutely, Annie, it is possible. And yes, it is a lot of work, but guess what? It's worth it. It's worth it because it was a lot of work for them to see what they saw and go through what they went through. And remember, it was a lot of work for you to get out of that, space. So just take day by day, go to God in prayer and ask God to lead you and guide you and pray over them, Annie. Pray over them. Pray over them. Tell God that you want them to have a clear, positive, loving spirit, and that they be patient and that they be kind and loving, and especially towards each other and to other people, and just show them a lot of love and show them what a healthy home is supposed to look like. If they do something that upsets you, I know it's the easy thing is to start yelling and screaming at them, but maybe come from a different standpoint and say, okay, quiet your mind, quiet yourself, pray, and then respond and say, no, from today forward, we're moving in a different direction. We're not talking to each other that way. We're not doing mean things to each other. Yeah, we have to speak it. We have to speak it out loud. And we're not going to be disrespectful, because then that'll be just what they've learned all this time. But we have to do it um, with confidence, letting them know that that is not what you learned and what you've seen all this time was wrong. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. And then in the second breath, you say, moving forward, right, from today, from this moment, this is how we are going to handle things. We're going to handle it in a better way. We're going to handle it in a loving way. And you know the rest. So yes, but yes, it is a lot of work. And Annie is saying hi to Edward. Yes, welcome, Edward. We're so happy to have you. Corn says, for instance, if a person in authority thinks that you did something wrong to them, they will start a smear campaign against you, and the other people in the same department will harass you. Yeah, I've seen firsthand how um, having narcissists in a workforce or work area or your job, I've seen I thank goodness personally didn't have to experience it, but I saw it happening to other people. And it's not nice. And that's where the running in packs comes from, because now you have, like he says, departments or organizations harassing you because they are believing what this person is telling them. So yeah, it's very, very unfortunate. But it is a really sad reality. Annie says, I really pay attention not to act as him. Yep. I don't trash talk him. I stay respectful even if it's hard sometimes. Exactly. Exactly. Because you know what? As they see that and they learn that, they're going to be like, wow. They're going to correlate that there is a difference, right? On how you handle it and how their dad would handle it. And hopefully, as time goes, they're gonna see that they you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. And being mean and being disrespectful and saying nasty things doesn't really get you anywhere. When you're loving, patient, and kind, people respect you more. People will rather want to work with you better and respond to you better. So yeah, and then especially as they start going out into the workforce, that they have to know how to carry themselves. They have to know how to talk, and that they don't carry that behavior into the workforce. And now everybody on the job hates them because everybody sees right through them. So yeah, we want to make sure that we get on them when they're small, for sure. So, but yes, yes, yes. Um, uh, Annie says, Corn, yep, it's extremely hard to defend yourself in that case. Yes, it is. It is. When you're in the workforce with those, I've seen it. It's not an easy task. Listen, the demons are in the jobs as well, right? They run at the job as well, at home and at the job. And maybe a lot of times they can't speak up at home, so they come to work and try to bully everybody. But yes, they absolutely do that, and it is very, very unfortunate. Hey Vanessa, come on in, come on in, welcome. We are talking about narcissists run in packs, and where did they learn that behavior? Where did they learn all of those negative traits? 9 times out of 10, Vanessa, as you know, it'll be from a family member, or a sibling or close uncle somewhere in the family, or maybe more than maybe a lot of the family may have that narcissistic trait. But yeah, it is definitely a learned behavior, and they all cluster and gather together like demons, just like demons. Um, Annie says, always relate on facts. That is so true. Absolutely. Never on emotion. Never on emotion. Always on the facts. Stick to the facts. Yes. Always have truthful witness, impartial witness. Do not trust the minion. Do not trust the minions. Yes. Yes, yes. Annie is saying hi to Vanessa. Valentine is saying hi to Vanessa. I love you guys. I love how you guys are supportive of each other. I just love it. Vanessa is saying hi to Annie and Valentine. Annie says, wow. Annie says, oh, there's water in the gas. Yes. LOL. Yeah, Annie. Yes, that is true. Absolutely. Corn says, Annie, yes, it's good that you don't be disrespectful to him. Um, the thing they hate, the thing they hate the most is when they can't make you come out of character. This is true because that's what they want. That is what they want. And then they will run off to their second or third or fourth or fifth supply. So yes, yes, yes. Corn is saying hi to Edward. Valentine says, True Corn, they love misery. Yes, they do. That's where the packs come in, right? They run in packs. That if they have someone who is agreeing with them, who's sharing their same thoughts, or just adding on to whatever they're saying and making the situation worse, they love that. They love it. They absolutely love it, which is hence they love misery. They absolutely do. Annie says, Corn, yep, it's hard sometimes, but I stick to it, but I do let her express her feelings too, so she knows I understand. Yep, exactly. Vanessa says, LOL, my narc mother has invited me and my partner and my son to Boxing Day meal. I won't be going because she tried to destroy me, and I have nearly 2 years going no contact with my mother. Um, yeah, that it is. It's so unfortunate. Um, but you know what? You have to protect. You have to protect your. You have to set boundaries. You have to protect your energy. You have to protect your spirit. You have to protect your well-being. You have to protect your mental mindset, your mental health. Um, and if you guys going to that event means that it's gonna bring out emotions that you don't want, negative emotions or toxic behavior, you're right. The best thing to do is decline, respectfully, and not go, because it never ends. The sad part with them is it's an ongoing vicious cycle, over and over and over again. And it's so sad. So sad and so frustrating. So yes, I say protect your energy at all costs. Protect your energy at all costs. 100%. So yes, I agree. Vanessa, I completely agree. Um, and he says they're cowards, so they team up. That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. Corn says a lot of times the reason that why they run in packs is because they don't want you to expose the secrets to your narcissist. And they come together to discredit you to anyone and everyone. I never thought about that, but that is very, that's a great point. Oh my goodness, that is, why I tell you, these people are always, they're always thinking ahead, because they have to keep their lies straight, right? They have to keep their story. Um, they have to keep their story the same. They have to share stories. If you went to an event and something happened, when after the event, you don't have to compare stories. You saw, everyone saw what happened, so obviously and hopefully the stories are all the same. But yeah, if narcissists are involved, you'll talk to one and they'll say one thing, and then another person will say another thing, and then their stories never, ever, ever correlate somehow. Only a little bit of what is truth. And yeah, it's so sad. These people, these folks are so sad. But yes, Corn, I that is a great, great, great point. Um, and he said, Vanessa, good, right? You're right. To not attend. Yep. And he says, yep, true, Corn. Vanessa says, what gets me is my child's father wants to be in my child's life after such being such a deadbeat father. He trapped me with a child and he thinks it's funny to play games. That's what um their game is to do the same thing to every single person. Remember, their behavior doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the supply. So if we're not there, guess what? They're doing the same thing with everybody else. And if I always say, if he wants to be in his child's life, as long as it's coming from a positive space, um, by all means, start with small increments. And if your son wants it to happen, your son is old enough now to make a decision and say, hey, I do want to try at this, or I've seen and heard enough. I'm not interested. You talk to your son. But yeah, they mind games and playing games and manipulation is what they do best. And lying goes with that as well. But that's it's their MO. That's what they do, unfortunately. Corn says, think about this. The narcissist tells you, sorry guys, my daughter's calling. Hi, baby. You leaving now? Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I gotta wrap up soon. My daughter's leaving school. Let's see. Vanessa, Annie said, Vanessa, good, right? No, you're not attending. I think I read that already. Let's see. Corn says, think about this. The narcissists tell you truth about them so that you can tell them truth about yourselves. Maybe, Corn, maybe the things that they're telling you is not truth. Maybe there's a little bit of truth in there, but I think most of the time it's lies. It's lies to get sympathy and to play the victim a lot of times. The difference is that we keep their secrets to ourselves, but they expose our secrets. Yes, that is absolutely correct. That's part of the reason why they want for you to share, is because they always want to use it against you later on. You're sharing thinking that you finally have someone that you can confide in and that you can talk to. But for them, it's they hold it in their back pocket for that, just in case they have to pull it out and use it against you, that they will. And then they'll expose whatever you've told them. And then remember, they don't always tell the story right. They will change the story up. So yes, True says Psalm 68:4, King James Version says, yeah, some Kings James Version's translation, yeah. Valentine says amen, and he says, Vanessa, you can expect that he will screw himself with time. Yep. The good thing is that you see it. Absolutely. And he says, yes, it is the base of respect. Trust someone. Don't trust someone who respects nothing. They won't respect you. They won't. They really won't. And he says, always be attentive with the fake empathy. Yes. That's when they're dangerous. You are so right, Annie. That's what they do. The truth says, Annie, wow. So probably the narcissists screw also than themselves. Yeah, they screw themselves up. They set their own traps always. Corn says, my narc called my job crying and smearing me to my employer. She even in the office, it looks like she even went to the office and told my boss and my trainer a bunch of lies because I decided to exit the relationship. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry, Corn. Are you still working there, or did you have to actually exit that job and go somewhere else? I'm so sorry. That is terrible. And why did they allow her to come in? Why did they even entertain her? And ay, ay, ay. My motto now is when people do things like that, get a restraining order. Keep them away from you. That way they can't come to your job, your house, anywhere near where you go. Just get restraining orders on these people. Have them stay away from you. That is so, so unfortunate. I'm so sorry. The truth says, and yeah, the narcissists with their fake empathy. Yeah, well, they don't have feelings. They're empty inside. So it is all fake. Annie says, of course, truth. That's where karma hits. LOL. That is true. The truth said, but some narcissists have only a little bit of empathy. I think when things don't go their way, that's when they want to control and manipulate. That's probably right, truth. Vanessa says, I definitely believe my narc baby daddy is following into the footsteps of his father. Yep. Running in packs. Running in packs. Yes, ma'am. Annie said, fire, destroy fire. A little fake empathy when it serves them. LOL. Or if it has some gratification in the end. Yep, because they know how to use and abuse people for their own benefit. That's what they do. Let's see. Corn says they have no empathy at all because they have no real emotions. They're fake. They fake it in the same way when they go to a funeral and watch everyone crying. So they cry also. They cry so that no one suspects that they really don't care. Yeah, they don't have any emotions. They don't cry, or if they're crying, they're crying. It's all fake. It's all fake. They could care less. It doesn't matter who passed away. They have no emotions because they are dead and numb inside. 100% dead and numb inside, which is very, very despicable and very sad. Very, very sad. So yes, I agree. The truth says, Annie, yes, like when karma hit the fan. That's exactly right. And you know what else when it hits the fan? It goes splattering everywhere. Annie says on point, they lie so much that they can't keep it up. Yeah, if you have to tell a lie every time you open your mouth, how do you keep up with your lies? How do you and then you hear the story and the story is never the same as what they actually originally said, and then you'll if you call them out, they get mad at you, or they flip it back on you, or they change the topic quickly, because they see that you're like, wait, you didn't, that's not what you said. You didn't say she said that. You said she said so, and they'll say, oh no, I didn't say that. Oh my goodness, they're just ridiculous. And he says they play games, but nobody knows the rules, so they expect to win each time. Hi, sorry, I do text a lot, but I can't say nothing. I do still
it still does trigger me. I have to let it go. Yeah. Yep. Um, in the workplace, extremely difficult and stressful. Yes. Corn says, I left and I'm way better off because I have peace of mind and serenity. Yeah. So look how it actually turned out to be a blessing. And that's the thing that narcissists don't get. It's amazing to me. It's actually comical how they don't even realize that they're blessing you. And sometimes we'll have an adversity, sometimes we'll have that we'll go through things, but God will have a blessing in the end. Guys, I'm telling you, God will have a blessing in the end. We just have to stay faithful. We just have to stay true to ourselves. And if that means that that job wasn't where you were supposed to be, because they shouldn't have never been entertaining her in the first place, and then now God has blessed you that you've moved on and you said your peace of mind and serenity, then what better thing, what could come out better than what you have now? So that is awesome. Annie says, good corn, good job. Peace is precious. Yes, it's exhausting to lie. You can't keep up. Um, Vanessa says, I thought the narc only targeted me. He made me believe that it's my fault for the way he treated me. Years later, the truth was revealed about his evil, that about this devil, and he has done this to so many people. They repeat the same cycle. So when they leave us and they're no longer with us, or we no longer work with them, guess what? They find a new victim, they find a new supply, and guess what? They do exactly the same thing that they did to us, but guess what? They take it up. Because I notice as they get older, they just get worse. So they just up the ante. So if you're no longer in a relationship, or you're no longer involved, or have this person around you, and it appears on social media or whatever, wherever you, that they're happy or happier, it's all lies. It's all fake. They faked it with you, they faked it with us, and they're faking it wherever they are right now, because they're miserable. They're miserable inside and out, and that's their middle name. So yes. So yeah, nothing changes ever, 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 ever. Um and he says, yes, we learn in the process. They don't change. They never change. Exactly. Truth said, what means the English word serenity? Just means like you have peace and quiet, and just your mindset is just very peaceful. I have to Google the word for the Dutch English. Yes. Yep. Corin says serenity means peace of mind. Annie says serenity means zen, calm, peace of mind. Exactly. LOL, Corin. True says, Corin, thank you. And Annie says, yes. And guys, I love you guys. I love you, love, love, love you guys. I'm going to go and get my daughter. She's leaving school. She's going to text me to come. But I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are so amazing. Remember that you are a part of God's kingdom, and He loves you more than anything in this world. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get our kingdom. I looked the other day, I've been so busy trying to catch up with my. I lost so many hours with work, so I've been working a lot, trying to catch up with everything, because I was out of work with the storm. So trying to get myself back to and catch up with my hours with work. But do you see that our kingdom family is growing? It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. And I love every single one of you guys. Every single one of you guys have been through the storm. You've weathered that storm, and we're either out or we're coming out stronger and better than ever. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you guys. And I'm just so happy that we are growing, growing, growing. This kingdom family is growing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And then if you want to connect for a one-on-one coaching session, I'm always available. We can figure out with my busy schedule. I would love to connect with you. And I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day. And I will be back tomorrow again. anywhere between 3 and 4. It just depends on what's going on with me here. But I'll be back tomorrow. I think I thought of a topic that I have, and we'll do that tomorrow. So I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing, amazing, amazing afternoon. And Corn says yes. Everyone be safe out there. Um, This is the devil's season. Yep. All the fake holidays. Be safe and stay blessed up. Absolutely. Annie said, okay, good evening. Always cool as always. Yes, ma'am. You do a good job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thumbs up. And Corn says, yes, have a good evening, everyone, and take care and God bless. I love every single one of you. You guys are so awesome and so amazing. Have a wonderful evening. Love you, Kingdom. Bye.